VoFlow dashboard brings everything into focus. Your voiceover invoices, contacts, and entire pipeline, all illuminated in one place. See your weekly wins unfold and stay grounded with the tasks that matter most. And with real-time website activity, you'll know exactly when opportunity knocks. This is clarity. This is control. This is VoFlow. In the world of voiceover, talent matters, but direction changes everything. Introducing the VoFlow Smart Business Coach, your personal guide and motivator. It studies your trends, your habits, your wins, and the opportunities you didn't even know you were missing. Then it forecasts exactly what actions will move you closer to your goals, not someday, but now. Imagine opening your dashboard and seeing a clear path forward, who to follow up with, which leads are heating up, what tasks will create the biggest momentum today, and how close you are to the future you're building. No guesswork, no overwhelm, just simple, precise steps that show you how to grow with confidence. Because success isn't random, it's a pattern, and the VoFlow Smart Business Coach helps you see it, follow it, and own it. Your goals are closer than you think. Your roadmap is waiting. VoFlow, clarity, momentum, control. Never worry about where or how to find new voiceover clients again. VoFlow, your virtual marketing assistant, finds them for you using smart lead search technology. Search by keyword or industry and save time by using VoFlow verified emails that get delivered to the inbox that you want to reach. And with VoFlow's proprietary lead score, you can be confident you're always marketing to the right customers. VoFlow, clarity, momentum, control. Find, connect, and cultivate new client leads using VoFlow's Smart Lead Pipeline, powered by behavioral dynamic technology. More than a CRM that simply manages interactions with prospective customers, VoFlow is your marketing assistant. Easily and quickly find leads, and then let VoFlow automatically communicate with your prospect based on their behavior and how they interact with your communication and your VoFlow hosted website. When every email matters. Introducing the VoFlow Smart Email Writer. Your voice, your style, perfectly captured. It learns your tone, your rhythm, your personality. With one click, VoFlow analyzes your lead and crafts a personalized email in seconds. VoFlow gives you the power to write smarter, faster, and more authentically. VoFlow, your business amplified. In the world of voiceover, relationships are everything, but managing and cultivating those relationships, that's the hard part. Until now, introducing VoFlow Smart Contacts, your new contact command center, where every conversation, every audition, every job is automatically connected to the right person. No logging, no spreadsheets, no "I'll update it later." It just happens. See the full history of any relationship in seconds. Email, auditions, bookings, and events. Your contacts stop feeling messy. Your follow-up gets sharper. Your business becomes clearer than ever. Leads, prospects, clients, organized exactly the way you work. You can even invoice directly from the VoFlow interface with a click of a single button. Easily track invoice payments, ensuring you get paid. Every social click, every form submission, every website interaction captured automatically. This isn't just a CRM, it's the brain of your VO business. VoFlow, your relationships elevated. If you are new to voiceover, start here. If you've been around for a while, hang around because I think you're going to find this information helpful. It's always good to go back and touch base on the basics, get the fundamentals down. That's what today is all about. My name is Bill DeWeese. I've been around voiceover now full time for 20 years, and every weekday at this time we get together for the daily voiceover huddle. Chance to share some information, share some knowledge, some motivation, inspiration, tips, tricks, strategies, anything and everything to help move you further down the road to voiceover success. We have a great group that joins us every morning, a global audience, and whether you're new or whether you've been around for a while, I appreciate you being here. And if you'd be so kind as to take just a moment to share your name and where you're watching or listening from this morning in the chat, and I'll do some shout outs here in just a bit. Today is a very special day because in my voiceover community, which by the way is absolutely free at school.com/VoFlow, today is Q&A day. It's Coffee with Bill and Chris. Chris Cole, who is my business partner and co-founder in VoFlow.io, will be getting together today to answer your questions about anything related to voiceover, any questions related to our voiceover business operating platform, VoFlow. If you want to dive in a little bit and learn a little more about that, this is a good chance to do that, or just to meet some great people. We do it this morning at 10 and every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Central Time. And all you have to do is go to school.com/VoFlow. Let me put that up again on the screen. To get in the community, it just takes a second. Again, it's absolutely free. And it's a great place to not only join us for coffee every Wednesday, digital coffee, but to carry on the conversation that we start here each and every weekday morning. So we're going to get back to some basics. Start here. If you're brand new, this will be information I hope you find helpful. If you've been around for a while, I hope it's a good reminder. There are several things to keep in mind if you're looking into voiceover. And number one is everyone is a voiceover coach. It seems that in the past several years, there's been a proliferation, a nuclear explosion of brand new voiceover coaches. And not that that's a bad thing. As a matter of fact, the more knowledge, the more, we all come at this from a different angle. Our experiences are different, and there's a lot of really good information out there. But whenever you have that big of a rush into the marketplace, you're going to have a number of people who are doing it who really don't have the background to do it, who haven't taken the hard knocks, who haven't been out in the marketplace, who haven't actually built a career for themselves. So all I would say is be careful. Not all opinions are equal. Not all coaching and feedback is equal, but there are some really good people out there with some really good information. But I would just say be careful and vet them. Listen very carefully and specifically find out about what they've done in voiceover. And if they've accomplished something that you want to accomplish, that's a good sign that they're probably somebody worth listening to. So number one, everyone's a voiceover coach. Number two, voiceover is not a party. I'm so sorry. I hate to be the one to break the bad news to you. It's not a party. It is fun a lot of the time, but you have to understand voiceover is a business. And if you're not mentally prepared to grow a business, because sometimes things go great in a business, sometimes things are gangbusters. It's like you can't imagine doing anything else. There are other times when you really got to dig in and get your fingernails dirty and do the work, the grind of business. And that's what makes it at the end so incredibly rewarding. I can't imagine doing anything else, but it's not always a party. Next, AI is not taking over voiceover. You've probably heard, oh my gosh, now's a terrible time. There's always, in a lot of people's minds, it's always a bad time to do anything. AI has become another reason for those who are looking for reasons not to get involved in voiceover. And I can understand why they might think that, especially if they're just looking casually from the outside. AI has made a dent in voiceover. I would be lying to you if I said that it has not had any impact. But there's some new data that has recently come out that is really starting to open the lid on the can to this whole thing so we can see where this is going. And that data is showing us that AI voices do not hit the brain the same way that real voices do. In other words, AI does not connect on a personal and emotional level like real human beings do. Clients are understanding this. And that's why, you will see AI being used for those who, A,
have zero budgets to spend but want a voice, or have extremely low budgets to spend, or a lot of the like internal corporate stuff. I've got a client, for instance. I've got a great client who I've had for years that once a month we get together. It's a $400 session, 1 hour, $400, and I record some news for that particular industry to be distributed through that industry. So it's internal stuff, it's informational in nature. But this particular client also has things that he wants to use for his employees that are more they aren't promotional in nature. They're not motivational in nature. They're strictly just some facts that they need to know on a regular basis, for which he wants to use AI. And he actually he uses my voice as the AI to do that. So there are some case study uses for AI, but it's not going to be the sweeping takeover that many predicted it would be. Now, where we go in the future, who knows? But again, remember, the data is showing that AI does not hit the brain and does not connect with other humans the same way that a real voice does, a human voice, that is. Here's the other piece of advice you might want to be aware of that you're going to hear a lot, and that is determine your niche first. Figure out your sound before you pursue a voiceover career. I think that's the worst advice you could possibly get, because voiceover is a journey of discovery. There's no way you can know what that niche or niche that you're going to eventually end up in. You don't know what that's going to be when you first get started. I mean, I had my idea of what I wanted to do. What I ended up doing was completely different. It's kind of like going to college. How many people actually graduate with the degree that they started in the area that they started in? Not all that many, and fewer still follow that as a career after school, because it's all discovery. It's all valuable, and it's all learning. But I'm still trying new things, and I'm discovering different things about my voice and what I can do and what I'm not so good at, what people like me for, what people tend not to hire me for. So don't get caught up in that, because that's a losing game. You just jump in, you start doing everything you can, and you learn and you develop from there. What about agents? That's another big piece of advice you get. First thing you need to do, and a lot of people think this is what legitimizes you, is to get an agent. Nothing wrong with agents. I've had lots and lots of agents all over the world over the past 20 years. But I will tell you this from my experience. Maybe it's different for some other people, but that is the hardest way to build a full-time career. Now, if you live in Los Angeles, maybe it's a little different. But outside of that, you need to be looking, maybe have an agent as a marketing channel. And I've got a couple of agents, and they are marketing channels, and I do get work, but that would never make a full-time job for me. I need to find other ways and use other methods. And right now, of course, direct marketing is where I've planted my flag. But you've got to understand that voiceover is a business, and you have to look at the different marketing channels. And if you're solely limited to an agent, you're going to have a real tough time building a full-time career in voiceover. Another thing you're going to hear a lot of, hey, you need to have this microphone, you need to have this recording booth, you need to have this audio interface, you need to use this software platform to record with. No. When people start talking about that kind of stuff, that's when you do this and you turn around and you walk away. I started my career with a $50 microphone. Now, I've got an expensive microphone now. This brand new would cost maybe $1,200. I bought it used for about 2/3 that, and I've had it for years and years and years. You don't need expensive equipment. You don't need to go all in and spend $5,000. $3,000 or even $2,000 to start a voiceover career. You can start inexpensively, and then as you start making money in voiceover, you can begin to, if you're into gear and you want to buy expensive stuff, that's certainly fine. But with the technology now and the way prices on technology have dropped, you don't have to spend a lot of money to be successful in voiceover. Another thing you're going to hear is you got to be connected, or, you got to be discovered. No, that's just another excuse for people who have not seen their careers develop the way they wanted, because they felt, okay, well, I wasn't discovered, or I didn't have the right connections. No, you make your own connections. Again, you're going to hear me say this over and over again. Voiceover is a business. If you understand business and how to market yourself, you make your own connections. You get yourself discovered, and that's how you're successful in voiceover. And finally, I just want to remind you of this, especially if you're new or maybe you've done this for a while and you're struggling, and that is you must have a business mindset to be successful in voiceover. You must. It's not solely about your creativity. It's not solely about expressing yourself. It's not solely about finding your passion. And all those things are great and fine. And yeah, I mean, I get that. I love that about voiceover. But you also, especially in this day and age, you also have to have a business hat. You've got your performance hat. That's your product. And you have to have a good product. But you have to have your business hat. That's where you understand the business of voiceover, where you understand marketing and you have a marketing plan. And by the way, having a marketing plan is not enough. Lots of people have plans. The January 1st of every year, we all have a plan. How many of us execute on that plan? Very few. So it's not about knowing what to do. It's about doing what you know to do. That's called execution. Execution is what makes you successful in business. And that certainly applies to voiceover. And the thing that will make all of that work is a word called resilience. Meaning, sometimes, again, you've got the wind to your back and it's going great and you think you can't lose and it's wonderful. There are times when you go through a spell and you're auditioning and you think nobody's ever going to hire you again. When people aren't returning your emails and you think, oh my gosh, what did I do wrong? Maybe I have the wrong microphone. Maybe my voice is no longer in vogue, or any number of excuses that your mind will come up with. It does it to me. It does it to everybody who does this. That's what happens when you're in business. And that's why only the resilient survive and thrive, because you keep moving on, whether the wind's to your face or whether it's to your back, you keep moving on. And if you can develop a solid product, which if you're willing to put in the time and effort, you can. If you're willing to execute a marketing plan, which I know you're capable of, and then if you're willing to actually do the work, you can be successful in voiceover. And if you have any doubt about that, I invite you to join let me put this up here once again, my free voiceover community, because there you're going to find other like-minded people who are positive, who are supportive, who are going to help you along the way. And perhaps you can be a help to somebody else along the way as well. I hope you'll join today, especially for our Q&A, which is coming up in about 45 minutes. I hope to see you for that. If you have not checked in on our live chat this morning, make sure that you do that. And while that's happening, let me just put this up on the screen when you get a chance. This is the business platform that did not exist until now. This is what all the things I talked about when I talk about business and resilience and marketing and execution. This is the tool that's going to get that done for you, starting with your website, going through the entire marketing process to the end where you collect your money. This is what does that. So check that out. Let's see who we've got this morning in the live chat. Let me take a look over at Instagram and see what's happening there. Hey, Mike, how are you doing? We got 3D Troy, powerful overstanding. Let's see. Sergio, how are you doing? Derek Dorsey, Dave Esposito. Good to see you guys on the Instagram feed this morning. Let's see what's happening on YouTube. We've got John in Denver, Sheila in DC. Hope things are looking good in DC. Have the what are the trees that it's Washington DC is so famous for in the spring? What is that tree, Sheila? Help me with that. My wife has been to DC on business. I've never been. And we keep talking about every spring we need to get down there because I need to experience that. We've got Marie in Texas, got some spicy dill chicken wings for breakfast. Only in Texas, Marie. Only in Texas. Spicy dill chicken wings. That sounds delicious. I would say from noon on for me, that would be something that I would definitely be into. Enjoy your Michigan cherry coffee. Well, thank you, Marie. I appreciate that. Rusty, way up there in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. First day back to work since Thursday. Glad you got yourself dug out of that blizzard. Hey, Becky, what's happening from Michigan? Good to see you on. And Belinda in Maine. Guys, don't forget, we do this every weekday at this time. Cherry blossoms. There it is, John. Thank you. Cherry blossoms. It's the cherry blossom trees that are the big deal. Love to see you here joining me again for information and motivation, just something to keep us all on the path. And again, this is a great way to start, but if you want to keep on that path, join join my free voiceover community at school.com/VoFlow. And I'll leave you with this word from VoFlow.
Introducing your new VoFlow custom voiceover website. Designed for desktop and mobile with your logo, your brand. Indexed in Google in less than 24 hours and optimized for organic traffic, VoFlow's next-gen website is a game changer. Our built-in XML sitemap technology gets you seen and heard, featuring a proprietary media library with drop-down menu that saves time, making it easy to find the right tone and style, and the ability to request a sample read with a single click, making you look like a total pro. And with each demo on its own unique page, VoFlow makes your website work like 10, 20, or more websites simultaneously, each page working as an independent lead magnet to attract new clients to your site. Your form data goes into your VoFlow contacts profile. You'll know exactly which demos are being played, which pages are visited, which videos hold attention. Then, capture every lead automatically without lifting a finger. Portfolio Analytics allows you to track performance and visitor engagement. Knowledge is power. And with VoFlow Smart Analytics, see where your visitors come from. Understand exactly what is driving your business forward. Don't just have a website, have an edge. The VoFlow Smart Website. Get started today. Your voice, limitless potential.